Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I am the Effective Collective. This is Idol Slayer, and we are bringing you another daily update. Today was a day kind of a lot like yesterday. I think we started at around 200 quintillion today. I wasn't really paying attention. But if that's true, we're about to roll up to four. But whatever. If that's true, we've made about 240 quintillion today, which is more than yesterday. But it was still pretty much a farming day. I was real low on membrane, so I went and farmed some bantwing for a lot of the day. Did farm a little bit of scorpion claw as well, and I think we did do. Yeah, we played out one critical sword. I hit a times 42 soul multiplier while I was farming claws, so we hopped over to the factory. So we did do a little rage farming today, more than the none we did yesterday. And we got some dragon scales out of our dailies today, so we broke our 2-day famine. And spent them immediately. So I've got 2 dragon scales left. But so what we did was we've been leveling up this dagger here. So CPS and souls bonus. Wish it was higher. But an extra 10% from crits. So my current dagger, I'm just getting like a straight up 26.6% souls bonus. Alright, there's also some fire type and some CPS. That's just there incidentally. This is pretty much just a nigh extra 27% souls. So I've been working this other dagger up, and we're gonna go experiment to see if it's good enough to sub in yet. So first we'll get our bunny paw, our critical sword, and a payload of whetstones so we can go back to our skull ring. And rage is online, we're good. Okay, so we are going to test out this new dagger, because really if it's even close to breaking even in terms of idle with my current dagger, then it will be definitely worth using active, since I'm running the critical sword and my crit rate is much higher. So the way we're going to test this is we have 2 temporal runes. So this is with my current dagger, 5.88 quintillion, and up there 30.4, so about 36.2. Now obviously there's going to be diminishing returns, right? But it wouldn't be too much. So now we want to go to our idle loadout and switch to this dagger. But we need to do this bonus stage before we use the next temporal rune. Because I don't imagine it would then, right, like if I haven't hit that box yet, I don't think it would just queue me up a second, right? Like my next 2 are going to be bonus stages. I don't think it would work like that. But we got Spirit Boost and Golden Invasion, so if we can get super lucky and like the first box has a big old soul multiplier in it, that would be, oh man, well that's terrible. But if we get a soul multiplier, that won't be terrible. That'll save it. Of course, we're going to get 2 less boxes now at the end, but that's okay. We also have a whole nother temporal rune. It's going to get us a whole nother bonus stage. Man, I can't believe I whiffed it. Things happen, right? No, things don't happen. I'm the only one. I'm the only one who has ever whiffed a bonus stage. I'm sure none of you watching have ever done it. tell me all about it in the comments. No bonus souls yet, but that's fine. This is kind of why, like, yeah, I've discussed it before, but this is kind of why I like to hit a multiplier before I use the critical sword and all that stuff. But sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. And maybe I should take the fact that it's not working out that way as a good sign to not make a critical sword right now. But I figure with 2 temporal runes, I've got lots of opportunity to change my luck. We do also have the special drink is available in the village, so we can try to get a soul multiplier that way too. So I don't know. I don't mind testing my luck, I guess. No soul multiplier this time, though. I'm very much looking forward to improving my Stone of Random. It's gonna be so difficult. Oh man, because like right, it's gonna be a minute, y'all, before I hit 25 USP. Okay, so that was like 5.6. So 29.3, 34.3. So I was about 2 quintillion less, which is kind of incredibly unfortunate, actually. I'm now regretting spending the amount of resource on that dagger that I have, but it's fine. However, I do feel like that's close enough, right? Percentage-wise, that 2 quintillion was not a huge percentage difference. So I do feel like that's at least close enough that if I use that dagger while active, right? Even if I specifically only equip it when I have a critical sword running, which that would be tedious, but I've done more tedious things than that. Anyhow, if I have a critical sword on, that takes my crit rate to over 80%. So I kind of feel like that small difference there of the 2 quintillion would be more than compensated for by more than doubling my crit rate, right? And I guess if I wanted to do a test on that, right? Because I know that if I make critical swords and go offline, it will double my idle souls for the duration, that the swords are running, right? We've experimented with that before. And we'll put a link to that in the corner. So I could do, instead of using the temporal runes, I could do a similar experiment with this dagger and just comparing 1 hour with the critical sword on, and that would give me an even more clear idea, right, as far as is it going to be more beneficial active, and how much more beneficial is it going to be. I probably will do that at some point. Some point when I have the time to pay attention to 1 hour, right? And sometime when I feel like wasting 3 critical swords on the experiment, because that's really what it comes down to. But nonetheless, I do feel like it should be good enough to run active, and it will be getting me more souls than the current dagger I'm using if I have critical sword active. So I was hoping we would maybe hit a soul multiplier, right? We could do a rage with my current dagger and then switch it and do another rage. But alas, no soul multiplier, I guess. Let's try the special drink. But yeah, so otherwise though, not a whole lot happening today. Actually, let me check my. Let's see. I could stand to throw in some goblin cloth. Get some pinchers. Get some pinchers. Get some Batwing. Okay, now we're gonna go hit that special drink. Still need to go farm a ton of Batwing. The big old coin bonus. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it probably wouldn't hurt to farm that out either. I'll have to put my dagger experiment on hold, at least until I get well, I mean, I can just go rage. Yeah. Okay. I don't know why I'm thinking I need a soul multiplier to even do this. So, okay, we're just going to go hit a rage. Just a vanilla rage here. I'm not worried about this coin buff. Alright, so regular old rage, no bonus giant spawning. We do have critical sword active. And this is with our current dagger. Alright, 14.2. Now we're going to switch this dagger. Alright, there's 99.3. Alright, that 99.3 billion went away. Alright, so our previous value was 14.2. And so the thing is, there's always going to be some variation, you know, right, based on how many giants spawned. How many of those giants did I get a critical hit on, you know? How many were shiny? But look at it. That is clearly significantly more. By about double, right? That was like 28 point something as compared to 14 point something, right? So, yeah. So that dagger is definitely good enough to be used in my active kit for soul farming. But we will take it out of my idol. We'll go back to the bonus souls one, at least for now. So, see, the good news is, since I have that lower level dagger, I really don't mind taking this dagger to, you know, higher level. So that's why it's at 19 as it stands. But I could put at least a couple more levels on it if I wanted to. Requires 1150, so I mean, I could take that to 21, right? Because we can support a 1250 dagger. And then it would just mean that up until I can, right? Like if I ultra ascend, and now it's going to be a minute before I see that level of a dagger, that's fine. I have my level 16 bonus souls dagger that I can use instead. So if that holds, right, that rage just got us twice as many souls with this new dagger. So if that holds, we should be seeing a pretty significant improvement in our rage farming if we can get a soul buff. So hopefully we get one in here. We got spirit boost. Hopefully I don't whiff this one. But yeah, we can see, hopefully we can get a souls multiplier buff while we're in here and go rage that out. And there it is, times 34 souls. So once we're out of this bonus stage, we're gonna go ahead and make Dewey's shards necklace. Y'all, my scrap is so sad. It's so low. I am at a point in the game right now that whether I'm gonna ultra ascend or not, I need to slow down. I need to stop spending. Especially like the dragon scales and stuff. that, are harder items to stockpile. Uh, but also like some of the just basic stuff. I need to start building Batwing, and it's easy to farm a whole lot of Batwing. But because you're putting in stacks of, 2,400 into the refinery, it takes a while to actually refine a whole lot of Batwings. So I'm going to need to be focusing on Batwing for a minute if I want to get my big stockpile back up. But also now that I can ease off of upgrading this item. It also, since I spent all my spare divinity, that'll make it easier to store up my dragon scales. But like my scrap, I was down to like 42 scrap the last time I looked at it. And I really don't want to have to go trade eyeballs for it. My wood is still in good shape, but it's only a matter of time, right, if I keep going at this pace. So I really, really do need to slow down and stockpile up on some stuff. So I guess it's not a terrible thing that these last 2 days haven't really been the big crazy rage farming days. Okay, so here's our shards necklace. And let's see, so this is with our new dagger equipped, and a times 34. And a shards necklace running. So I don't know, that's still just feeling low. Alright, so like 1.94 now, real quick, like, right, we wanna put our other dagger back on. That was 1.94 quintillion. No, that can't be right. Hold on a second. I'm going to replay this back probably and feel dumb. Okay, so this is... Alright, so that was 3.59 quintillion. And now... well, don't hit anything stupid. Okay, great. Alright, that was 3 point something quintillion. Nope, that's definitely lower. Huh. Well. Let's try that again. So this is with our old dagger. So it's the difference of the more giants spawning and the bonus souls over the crit rate. Alright, so that was 2.4, right? Because that made, that was different, but... Right, it's like if that last giant I killed had been a crit, it might have gone up more. Boy, alright, so I mean, they're close enough that they might be around even. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to call this. When I was just doing the regular rage without the shard necklace, one was clearly superior, right? And like, so this is much higher still. But there's shinies in there and stuff like that, and I don't even know which dagger I have on now. Which one was that? That was the crit one, and that's like, but I probably already had some, I must already had some ranked on. Huh. Y'all, I'm probably gonna have to rewatch this video. So, I mean, like I was saying earlier, there's gonna be some variation when your primary metric is crit, and specifically with the giants. So, because when I did it without the extra giant spawn, we're seeing my soul gain with critical hit distribution across all these small monsters with like a few giants here and there. So at that rate, when there's only a few giants here and there, if I crit on 85% of those giants, that's and just in one short burst, right? One rage. You know, there's we're probably talking maybe 4 giants in that rage total. So if I crit on 3 of them, right, that's going to make a huge difference in the 75% of the giants are giving me critical gains. But I think what's happening is with the shards necklace, where there's just a whole bunch of giants, 300% more giants, in that same 17-second rage. That's more to not crit on, right? The actual number of the percentage of giants I crit on might not change, but the number of giants that equals out to, that I'm not critting on. And so with the old dagger, I'm getting more souls just in raw souls bonus, as opposed to I'm losing 16% souls, but I'm getting 10% additional critical souls. I think that's what's happening here. Such a strange scenario to be in. Where my higher crit dagger can get me more souls by like double when I'm just doing a vanilla rage without the necklace. But with the necklace, it may or may not be more beneficial for me to just have the raw souls bonus. And that would literally depend on just how many crits I get, how many of those crits are on giants, and again also more giants spawning. That's more chance for shiny giants, and that's, man, how strange. What a strange little nexus I'm in. Well, I tell you what, I feel like 2 more levels on that dagger. And if it's not clearly better, then I'm just going to be real sad at the amount of resource I spent on it. And I'll probably smash it. I'll smash it out of sadness. What a strange experience. I do not know what to make of this, y'all. I'm gonna have to watch this back. And you know, I do fast math in my head, and numbers are flying by. You know, I'm not streaming live, but I mean, right? Like I don't like cut and edit or retake or anything like that, right? Like whatever happens when I'm doing this is what's gonna make it to the video. And so, you know, and I'm doing just really quick math. I'm going to have to rewatch this and redo this math times 54 soul multipliers. Holy cow, and it got time extended. Okay. So, what we're going to do is do that. If I screw it, we're just going to use them both. I don't care. And do this. What do I have equipped? Critical dagger, critical dagger. .34. I probably already had some on there though. Really don't want to be messing around with this a whole lot, but at the same time, I need to figure this out. I need to play this out while I have the opportunity, so that at the very least it's on camera and right. I can now. That was just definitely more. So wow. Okay. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Well, we're going to put 2 more levels on that dagger, I guess, and run this experiment again in the future. But I definitely am going to have to rewatch through this and, take a good, long, controlled look at some of those numbers we caught on camera here tonight. And, yeah, but I'm thinking anyway about it. 2 more levels, and we will reach 2 more levels on that dagger, and we'll retry this experiment. I am perplexed, y'all. I am perplexed. But at least we got this great big 54 times soul multiplier, and I'm pretty confident that I'm using the better of my two daggers. Because of the amount of giants I have spawning. Right, because the crit rate isn't specific to the giants. I have an 85% crit rate, but I could be hitting that crit rate on literally every small enemy and missing that crit rate on literally every giant. Right? It's unlikely, but the crit, it so the more giants there are, I'm just better off getting more souls. At least, and again, there's so many factors because, like, my shield is just increasing giant souls. So the giant souls are specifically being buffed from so many different directions. I don't know. This is weird, y'all. But we are at almost 600 quintillion after that times 54 soul multiplier that got time extended. So that's nice. I think we were at like 440 at the start of this video. So, I mean, that's doing pretty good. We've gained, 155 quintillion. And while doing experiments, right? So, we haven't really been raging our hardest here, getting our most concentrated, dedicated soul farm, because we've been experimenting. So, not bad at all. We're creeping up towards our first sextillion in this ascension. And like I said, we're, if we want to go to get USP number 20, we're looking at about a 4 sextillion ascension here, which probably is not going to happen. If we're looking for our 10% benchmark, I believe it's about 1.7. Yeah, 17 sextillion is our total farm, so 1.7 sextillion would be roughly our 10% benchmark. I guess it wouldn't be terrible if I wanted to push it to 2 or over, because then it would only be 2 ascensions to get my next USP instead of 3 ascensions, like if I was going strictly immediately at 10% growth, right? That would take more than 2 ascensions. So, yeah, but I don't know. We need to see how these rates hold. I'm seeing some signs. I'm feeling concerns that we might be hitting a wall and seeing some of these rates slow, which isn't the worst thing ever, right? It doesn't mean there's no way I can get to the 25, but there's a reality that the longer it's going to take me to get to 25 USP, the more beneficial it is to ultra ascend before that point. Because it's going to be a lot easier to get my next 6 USP if I were to ultra ascend right now. But I don't care. I want the 25. It's an incredibly convenient number. Like, I was going over in my head, could I make 19 work? I could. My Stoner Random's at 17 right now. I could drop 3 into Stoner Random, bring it up to an even 20, take the other 16 and go to my Upgrades of Time and just turn on the 45% CPS and the bonus rubies, right? Because these can be nice, but they're absolutely not necessary. And also, you can kind of cheat by the way the DNA manipulation. You can just turn that on right before you ascend. Do your ascension. And it will, you won't have to rebuy your enemy evolutions. And then you can immediately turn it back off. Right? So you don't even actually have to dedicate USP to having it's just, a lot less of a pain to just have it on until you just don't need it anymore and then turn it off. But and then so once I didn't need the 16 sitting on there for the rubies and the CPS, I could then take that 16 and I would either drop 10 in active, 6 in random, or I would go 6 in active, 10 in random. And honestly, it would really depend on what 10 on either one looked like, right? And how I would weigh that out. But I would like to not have to, right? I would like to just go to 25. So that I can then after put 13 on random to bring it to 30 and 12 on active to bring it to 32, tying it with my idol. And just being able to turn on the 25 points worth of upgrades of time until I don't need them anymore. So right now, I still want to see. I want to see how long this farm takes. I want to see how hard of a wall we are hitting because, right, I'm seeing signs that we're beginning to hit a wall. So I want to see how hard that's going to feel. Right now, I really think we're kind of still okay, right? I've made a half sextillion in 2 days of not really playing the game. So I don't know. I don't know. It's going to depend on how impatient I get too, though, because there's some stuff I want to do, and I don't know. I'm mad at this dagger. I really thought that at this point that dagger was gonna be ready to go. Just make sure. Okay, that's correct. And go to my active and switch that back. Because that just, it's not there yet. We're going to put 2 more levels on that dagger, retry the experiment. I can't put more than 2 levels on it, so 2 more levels anyhow. Well, is what it is. All right, y'all. That's going to do it for today. This has been a longer one, but it was for science, right? So, so I hope you enjoyed the video. And oh wait, golden box. Okay, that's not impressive at all. Okay, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any insights, questions, or criticisms, I'd love to hear all about it in the comments. And we'll catch y'all in the next one.